Welcome back. This is Autofocus. I'm Steven Streeter, and today we're going to talk about how The Little Mermaid is dividing with addition, or in other words, being divisive by being inclusive. The Little Mermaid has been making headlines ever since the latest trailer has graced our screens. Because of Disney's casting decision for Ariel, the internet is blowing up in controversy concerning the color of her skin. But the true dilemma here is not just skin deep. The real issue has to do with a new form of marketing called fanbaiting, a marketing strategy that involves a studio creating controversy used to excite fans of beloved franchises to drum up free advertisement at the expense of their performers. The Little Mermaid's fan base has been growing since her first film was released 33 years ago. Since then, there have been sequels, live performances, video games, an animated series, books, cards, dolls, guest appearances, and even an entire Disneyland ride dedicated to the original Ariel, the now consigned to be White Ariel. This fan base obviously has some pre-existing conditions. So when someone speaks up about the unmistakably controversial move Disney has perpetrated, they are called a racist or a bigot. Now, I'm sure that is true for some, but certainly not all. People of all races are both for and against the selection of a black woman to play the role of Ariel. So what can be said about those who are black that see this as an offensive exploitation, or at the very least, a bit awkward?
Nothing can be left as it is, and they are now producing a mermaid movie in which Ariel is black, but they're going to make her black because everything must be black. That's the answer.
Just like, how can we hit those political brownie points rather than telling a really well-developed story?
And then there's a trend right now that shows the mermaid swimming, and then when she come out of the water, she pop up, and obviously she's brown. And these parents are recording and brainwashing their children. The next generation of idiots, they're pushing out into the world. They say, wow, Little Mermaid looks like me.
Consider that Disney knowingly chose Halle Bailey to be the focus of these racially charged reactions by basically monetizing on the racism they set her up to receive. Now, it is true that Ariel is a fictitious character and could be played by any race. But for 33 years, Disney has drawn Ariel as white, represented her as white, and made her to be white in all iterations of her character, be it in a cartoon, video game, or a little dolly you might give to your child, until after 33 years, and now Ariel is black, with a Spanish father. And Halle Bailey is smack dab in the middle of this manufactured controversy. The question of if Halle Bailey is talented enough or pretty enough is not the issue. She is obviously very talented, pretty, and most certainly has the ability to perform the part. But the same can be said for any number of performers that could have been cast. But would an Ariel that looked like the 33-year-old character everybody already knows garner the kind of publicity this controversy has? Would there be such a litany of news stories and social media posts both praising and tearing Halle Bailey down while simultaneously keeping The Little Mermaid's movie alive in the hearts and minds of the public, no matter what side of the issue they lay?
So this was a very calculated move to make people who were upset that like the people who are upset about how Ariel looked seem racist, and to make it seem like they hate black people, make it seem like they hate black representation and culture, when that's not the case. And we know that's not the case. It's not about race. It's just about what the cartoon was represented and how you're going to make it into a live adaptation. Because again, like I said, there's been other options if they really truly wanted a black mermaid, that they didn't have to commandeer and the race swap what was already been done.
The problem is that Disney knew that when they swapped Ariel's race from white to black, their fan base of 33 years would react, and react they did. And as they reacted, they got labeled as racist bigots, removing any responsibility from Disney for the controversy they knowingly created. After all, bigots have always attacked diversity on screen. But in our highly polarized political climate, instances of harassment get disproportionately massive media coverage that provides production studios with both free publicity and a new defense against actual critics who fear losing their professional credibility by becoming associated with this artificially manufactured controversy. So they temper their criticisms of poor writing, bad acting, or terrible casting that might insinuate that these two are motivated by bigotry. So what used to be accepted as standard critiques will be increasingly dismissed as part of the ignorant commentary of a racist bigot. And let's face it, it's The Little Mermaid. Disney knows even those who are hating on the latest casting decision will probably watch this film, even if only out of spite. Disney doesn't care how you buy the ticket, so long as you do. And the more buzz, the more opportunity to drive up sales. So, what do you do with the 33 years of the white Ariel's content versus the new black Ariel's movie? Will Disney undergo a costly rebranding of Ariel, replacing the white Ariel with a black Ariel in all her many iterations? Or will the new black Ariel simply coexist with the white Ariel, forever living in her shadow, constantly being compared to the original and only magnifying their superficial differences? All of this boils down to an issue I am sure weighs heavy on Halle Bailey's mind, and if not, it should. Will her moment as Ariel be just that? Only a moment? Or will her character live on and receive the kind of long-running fanfare as the original? In 33 years, will Ariel be the Halle Bailey Ariel? Or will Halle be forgotten and the original Ariel remain?
It feels like crumbs. That's what I was trying to say. It feels like crumbs. Like we're getting the played out leftover of something that was used and abused, and then after that we get our part. Whereas whenever you get an original story, we get the full meal.
Oh, and here's a fun fact for you. Did you know that Halle Bailey is not the first non-white actor to play the part of Ariel? That's right, the Polynesian actress known for Moana played the part of Ariel in the live version of The Little Mermaid. But I don't recall any controversy surrounding that performance. Why do you think that is? Let me know in the comments below. There is, however, an issue with the casting of Halle Bailey as Ariel that has nothing to do with the color of her skin, but rather the suggestive nature of her performances as a musical artist. Performances that are not appropriate for children and are only a few clicks away in an online search. As Ariel, she is playing the main part in a children's movie, and by doing so, she will become a role model for kids around the world. Well, that's all folks, it's been informative. If this content has been helpful or absurd, let me know what you think in the comments below. All opinions are welcome here. Until next time, this has been another autofocus journey. I'm Steven Streeter. Catch ya on the flip side. How about that?